how sales killers use AI to get faster, clearer, and more dangerous in sales. And it's not what you think. So, the AI movement, AI is everywhere. If you haven't noticed, you're living under a rock. AI is everywhere, and sometimes people feel threatened and they feel like AI is going to replace their job. It'll probably replace quite a few jobs. It's not going to replace salespeople just quite yet. And so one of the things isn't to be scared into it, but lean into it to figure out how to utilize this as a skill. Now, one thing that I use with AI, and I'm going to give you my strategy number one, is I'm not using AI to come up with the script or what to tell people. That's not what I'm going to use AI for. And some of you are probably looking on there, putting in, what should I tell the customer? How should I hit? How should that hit? But everybody's different. It's going to go by a base, it's going to go for, each person has a different sort of sales track that they're going to resonate with. And looking up just a general consensus about what you should use is probably not going to be that helpful. And if you follow some more of my videos, you're going to see exactly why. Everybody has an unconscious program that's running underneath their actual consciousness. And so understanding exactly what to say and how to say it, you'll understand once you understand people a little bit more, not through some sort of robot. Listen, AI should be used to obviously be able to review the call and then be able to come up and see where you could get better and you could improve and maybe catch some things that you missed. So what I see a lot of people doing is going in there and searching, what should I do? How should I say it? And they want to sound smarter, but then they sound more like a robot, and it's not natural. Believe me, I did this. I did a webinar. I was trying to read off the script because the script sounded really, really good. And I was trying to read off a script, and it wasn't even me. I sounded like a robot. I didn't sound like my natural self with all of my flaws and blemishes. Flaws and blemishes are just part of human nature. Nobody's absolutely perfect, and human beings appreciate that. They understand that we're not a robot. We are not AI. We don't have integration right now. And so here's the reason, here's the strategies that I'm going to give you to be able to leverage and use AI, right? Strategy number one is you compile data on your prospect or the company that you're going to be selling. You want to compile that data to figure out who your customer is. If you be able to put all that data in sort of AI, then you're going to understand, then you can create a buyer profile. You can understand, you can resort to their hierarchy or criteria, like what do they value, who's their identity. Once you understand that, it's game over, especially if you're dangerous in sales. So you compile that data in AI, and then it comes out with a buyer profile. So you can figure out how to serve them at a much higher level. This isn't about you being able to okie doke them and be able to sell them the way that you're comfortable selling. This is about you understanding them more and pushing yourself to be able to understand just a little bit more. AI is going to catch things that you're not going to catch, or maybe things that you don't understand or you don't know. So the important part is about compiling that data to understand the profile of your buyer, a company that you're selling. You want to compile all that data to figure out what their values are and then be able to figure out what their identity is. If you can figure out what their values are and their identities, it should be lights out. Because you liken the proposition into their identity, and the people will not act contrary to who they believe they are. The second part of using AI to be deadly in sales is this. Compile. What I do is I download I do a voice memo. So I record the entire thing because not everybody's going to be comfortable with me filming then in their home at their kitchen table. I'm going to record the voice memo on my phone. So I'm going to do the transcript. After it's done, I'm going to get that transcript and I'm going to download that transcript and I'm going to upload that into ChatGPT. Now, the ChatGPT that I have knows me in and out. I've duplicated myself. This isn't using robot. It knows what I like. It knows how I close. It knows how I train. It knows a lot of stuff about me. I'm just training it to be a duplicate of me, so it knows what to look for. Some of the things I'm having it look for are what programs that they have lying underneath that I didn't catch. Like when was the first chance that I had to be able to close these people? Did I go too long or did I go too short? What was this like? Unbiased feedback. It's going to give me the pros and the cons. And then I'm going to take that feedback and I'm going to course correct on my next sales call. So it's compiling that data and seeing where I can get better. And let me be honest with you, I've had unconscious competence. I didn't know what I did when I did it. I just closed at a very high level. In fact, I was best in the nation. I didn't really know what I did. So I go in there, I talk to people, and then we have a conversation, and then I get them to sign a contract for $100,000. But here's the thing, is once you start analyzing that data, you can find your particular patterns. You can find human being patterns. You can start seeing underlying programs that people have running in the background that are helping them, or actually are the true reason why they're making decisions. Now, understanding that is going to be an absolute game changer. Maybe you're really good, or maybe you continuously find yourself not closing those deals that you thought you should have closed, and it's happening over and over and over again. Well, and you don't know what you're doing. So you try all these ideas out to try and do these things. You're asking AI, hey, how should I do this? And it's giving you all these answers, or one or two things that you're not doing that's not getting you across the finish line. So it's about analyzing and getting extensive feedback to figure out where we could do some course corrections. There's been a lot of course corrections that I've made since I've been using this feature for about 3 years. I've been uploading all of the data, all of the transcripts and stuff that I have inside of a home to get infinitely better. And I have gotten way, way better. The other thing is I'm not relying on AI to be able to send my emails. I'm gonna make sure that it sounds like me. I might get the structure to be able to send emails or text to people, but people can tell whether or not it's you. People are always going to appreciate the human element. I mean, if a robot's talking to you, there's no emotion attached to that. So it's about being human and understanding people that love humans for being humans. They don't love us for being perfectionists. They love us for being absolutely humans with all of our flaws and liabilities. And so it's about being authentic. And the greatest thing I could give you, greatest advice I could give you, is to be authentic. You can get your structure, you can figure out what to do, you can get your feedback, but all of that stuff, just make sure that it's in alignment with who you are. Never be fake because some AI system told you how to act or how to be. Always be your authentic self. By the way, the customer will know if you're not being authentic. And if the customer knows you're not being authentic, dude, you've lost all credibility with that person. Following the structure, maybe using a couple one-liners that the AI gives you, absolutely phenomenal and great, especially if it's in alignment with who you are. But as far as like following the structure to the T because it was smarter and it came up with all of this information, I don't think that that's a good strategy. In fact, I know it's not a good strategy because I've had failures being able to try to follow that. So I make sure to interject this with my personality so that I can come into home and I can be able to help these people make a decision because I'm being authentic and I'm being real. And that's what it comes down to. But leveraging AI is absolutely life-changing, and you're gonna see more and more AI. A lot of you guys are probably going to AI to get sales training right now, but all you need to do to get great, amazing, incredible sales training, to be an absolute savage, is follow my channel and watch the videos that I put out. I am doing stuff that nobody else does, and I'm teaching you sales methods that nobody on the planet is teaching until AI catches up and learns what I'm doing. Buy my videos. So love and appreciate you guys. Have a good day.